Hey, what's up, guys? Well, if you haven't heard the news, I um, regret to inform you that Wrestle Dynasty has been canceled from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I kind of seen it coming. I think the majority of us kind of seen this coming. It's basically the sign of the times, and it just the New Japan schedule right now is as up in the air as any. Um, We're not going to have a Dominion. We're not going to have a Wrestle Dynasty, which Wrestle Dynasty was supposed to be pretty much the U.S. version of Wrestle Kingdom. And we're not going to get that this year. I always compare Dominion to like their SummerSlam. Of course, Wrestle Kingdom is like their WrestleMania. But they were going to, this was supposed to kick off their United States version of Wrestle Kingdom, basically, in Madison Square Garden. The good news is they are still committed to having this event, but next year in 2021. And I don't know the status of the tickets. They may retroactively uh, use this year's tickets for next year's show because they had to cancel the event. They may be offering refunds of some sort. I'm not quite sure. But they've already put it in the books that 2021 they will be in Madison Square Garden for the next for the basically the first Wrestle Dynasty event. Um, like I said, right now New Japan it's up in the air. I've heard rumors that they are considering um, empty arena events, and they got to do something fast. They got to do something fast. I don't blame them for basically looking after the safety of their performers. I really don't. But who knows how long this is going to go on? And you gotta think like now is the time that you're really building up to Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, don't get me wrong, Best of the Super Juniors kind of floats into Dominion, but around midsummer, you're looking at trying to form that um, G1 slash post G1, slate, and that directly leads right into Wrestle Kingdom. Um, I think what's probably going to end up happening is if they do decide to run empty arena shows, is we're going to see empty arena G1 climax. That is my best guess. If I were to throw anything out there right now, we're going to see an empty arena G1 climax. Um, the field is going to be rather confusing though, because usually I don't think we're going to have too much of a foreign presence as we have had in past years. I mean, you've had several foreign talents in the past years. You had your Jeff Cobbs. Of course, you had members of the Elite. Um, Last year you had Moxley. Um, I don't think we're going to have that many foreign presence. I don't know because like a person like Zack Sabre Jr., I'm not sure if he's living in Japan now or he's still living in the UK. Same can be said when it comes to Jay White. I'm not sure if he's living in Japan or is he still living in New England, New Zealand, excuse me, or here stateside. Because I know he had residence here stateside for a while. So it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see a very Japanese centric G1 climax this year. I think Will Ospreay will be able to take part because I'm sure him and B live in Japan currently. I'm quite sure of that. But like I said, I'm not sure about Jay White. I'm not sure about Zack Sabre, which everybody would expect at least those three names to be a part of this as far as when it comes to foreigners. Juice Robinson is another name. I'm not sure. Is he living stateside? Is he living in Japan? David Finlay is another name. Is he living stateside? Is he living in Japan? I'm bringing Dave and Finley up because they're going to try to fill out those pools. They're going to try to fill out those blocks with as many people as possible. Or they may go old school. They may go old school with the blocks, like 4 people per block. It may be a short G1 this year. Who knows? But it's going to be interesting. But if I had to take a shot in the dark of what their plans for the future are going to be, I think they're going to start using these empty arena shows that they're contemplating, or at least the rumor mill is circulating for the G1 Climax. And hopefully by Wrestle Kingdom, this will, dissipate a while. I'm pretty sure governments are still going to be hesitant to have like almost max capacity stadiums by then. So a big event. In Japan, they're super strict. If you've never been in Japan, I stayed in Japan for 6 years actually, back in the early 2000s. This whole mask thing, like this is yearly with Japanese people. They're very respectful. They wear masks whenever they catch colds or anything like that to prevent spreading it. And so far, I've heard they're doing a pretty good job with this whole pandemic that's going on right now. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows what Wrestle Kingdom this year will look like? We've seen what WrestleMania looked like this year. In a couple of weeks, we're going to see what Double or Nothing looks like. It's probably going to be the same. AEW's done a good job of, supplementing the lack of audience with performers. But those performers if you've not heard, those performers all have been tested prior to these shows. And I'm thinking that's the way they're going to operate. They're going to test everybody prior to each show. So, maybe New Japan looks into something like that. Who knows? But that's the news for now. Right now, 2021 is looking like the first Wrestle Dynasty in Madison Square Garden, and the rest of the year is up in the air. Not just for New Japan, for just about every Japanese company, every American company. Who knows? But that's all for now. Hit me up. Leave messages, subscribe. Peace out.